He didn't plant trees. He planted dreams. And in doing so, he changed not just the land beneath his feet, but the way the world understands patience, faith, and legacy. Today, I want to tell you a true story, about one ordinary man, whose quiet persistence transformed an entire desert into a forest. A man who proved that you don't need fame, followers, or fortune to leave behind something eternal. In the early 1900s, a French shepherd named Elzéard Bouffier lived alone in a silent valley in Provence. The land was dying. Forests had been cut down for war and farming. The wind howled through empty plains. Even birds had abandoned it. People said the valley was beyond saving. But Elzéard, a quiet, middle-aged man with kind eyes, didn't believe in giving up. One evening, while watching his sheep graze, he picked up an acorn that had fallen near his feet. He turned it in his hand and whispered something to himself. If one seed can become a tree, what could 100,000 seeds become? That question changed his life and the fate of an entire region. Every night, Elzéard would sort through acorns. He chose only the strongest, the ones that would not break easily, the ones that floated with resilience. Each morning, he would walk miles across the barren valley with his dog and sheep, a heavy bag of acorns slung across his shoulder. He planted them one by one, 10,000 steps a day, each seed pressed into the dry earth with quiet hope. No one saw him. No one thanked him. And no one believed it would matter. When travelers passed by, they laughed. Planting trees in a dead land? You're wasting your time, old man. But Bouffier just smiled. Because he wasn't planting trees. He was planting tomorrows. 5 years went by. Then 10. And still, no one noticed. Some years, the acorns did not sprout. Other years, floods washed them away. Droughts burned them. But every single morning, Elzéard picked up his walking stick, fed his dog, and walked out again. He planted through pain. He planted through loneliness. He planted because he believed the world could be healed one seed at a time. A forest, he said once, is patient. So must be the man who grows it. By the 1920s, after more than a decade of silence, small patches of green began to appear. Oak, beech, birch. Life was returning. The rain fell differently now. Softer, more frequent. Streams that had dried decades ago began to flow again. And with water came birds. And with birds came new seeds. And with seeds came life. The valley began to breathe again. Ecologists later confirmed that reforestation can increase local rainfall and groundwater by over 25%. But Bouffier did not need data. He could feel it. In the coolness of the breeze and the whisper of new leaves. He was building a living miracle quietly. By the end of World War II, the same valley people once called lifeless was now one of the most beautiful forests in southern France. Villagers returned. Children played under shade that had never existed before. Streams sparkled in sunlight. People assumed nature had healed itself. They did not know the truth. That one humble shepherd had healed it. Historians now say Bouffier planted more than 100,000 trees across 30 years. The area became part of France's official reforestation movement, which eventually helped increase national forest cover by 40% by 1970. Today, most of us are not planting trees. We're planting something else. Every thought, every word, every routine. Every morning we wake up with doubt. Every night we sleep with fear. We are sowing seeds of worry. But when we choose gratitude, when we choose to act even without applause, we're planting dreams. Bouffier's forest reminds us that greatness is not loud, success is not instant, and real change grows quietly below the surface. Before the world ever sees it, you do not need to change the world overnight. Just plant one seed every day. The human brain processes over 60,000 thoughts a day. Most are repetitive. Most are self-doubt. But imagine if even 10 of those thoughts, just 10, were dreams you planted with intention. What if, instead of scrolling before bed, you whispered to yourself, "I am growing. I am patient. My dreams are taking root." Because whether it is a forest, a relationship, a business, or your peace of mind, the rules are the same. Plant daily. Water with faith. And trust time. So tonight, before you sleep, do not worry about how fast your forest will grow. Just remember the shepherd who planted dreams instead of trees. And know that everything you are working on, even if no one sees it yet, is already growing roots in silence. Subscribe for more bedtime stories like this. To feed your mind, calm your heart, and plant new dreams each night. Good night, dreamer. See you in your success.